Okay, to make this pizza, you will need some quinoa flour, garbanzo bean flour, and some brown rice flour. And if you don't want to have to mix different ingredients, you can get something like this, Red Mill pizza crust, gluten-free. First off, you want to add in equal parts of each flour into a bowl, and I also added in a tablespoon of sugar, just to add a bit more flavor. You can omit that if you want. And I used half a cup of each flour here. You can add in more flour if you want, depending on how big you want your pizza crust to be, although I wouldn't recommend making your pizza crust too big because then it will have issues cooking evenly. And here you just want to mix up all the ingredients until they're evenly distributed. And now you're going to slowly add in water, very, very slowly. You don't want to add too much water into this because then the dough will be incredibly sticky and you just won't be able to work with it. So you want the dough to be as dry as possible, and just very, very slowly add in water a little bit at a time and just mix it around a bit, add in a bit more, mix it around a bit until you see really large clumps form. And once your dough looks something like this with lots of really large clumps, you're going to take your hands and mash the dough into a ball. Now grab a baking sheet and sprinkle some quinoa or brown rice flour over it and spread the dough out. And this dough is very sticky. It's much stickier than any kind of normal wheat dough that you'd use, so make sure you use lots of flour. And check the bottom to make sure nothing is sticking, because once it sticks and you put it in the oven, it's basically not going to come off. You're just going to have a weird mess. So once you spread the dough out, flip it over and add some more flour onto the back, flip it over again, add some more flour onto the front, and then spread it out more with a rolling pin. And once you're done flattening your dough out, you're going to want to check again to make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom, and you're just going to form the crust by just rolling the ends in. Now slide this into a 400-degree oven and cook for about 5 to 10 minutes, or until it's firm enough to hold together when you slide this off of the baking sheet. While you're waiting for the crust to cook, you can prepare some of your toppings. I'm just going to use some shiitake mushrooms on my pizza, and I'm just cutting them up right here. And after you've had the crust in the oven for 5 to 10 minutes, take it out and put on your toppings. Right here, this isn't tomato sauce, this is a spicy bean paste I made, and I put on my shiitake mushrooms. Now that you have all your toppings on, you're going to slide it back into the oven, only this time you're going to put it directly on the oven rack. This helps get the crust nice and crispy and helps it cook through more evenly. And you're going to leave that in there for 15 to 20 minutes. And once it's done cooking, slide it off of the oven rack onto a cutting board. And I hope you all enjoy this recipe. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And keep making those vegan gains, of course. And remember, every pizza is a personal pizza if you try real hard and believe in yourself.
Beef. What a relief. When will this poisonous product cease? This is another public service announcement. You can believe it or you can doubt it. Let us begin now with the cow. The way it gets to your plate and how.